Greetings, beloved multiversal soul familia. Here we are back again with yet another energy check-in. Now, this is not necessarily going to coincide with the morning energy forecast, nor is this a update on that particular submission. In this video, we're going to briefly discuss different ways that we receive signs and synchronicities, and then we are going to utilize the insights offered in the beginning of this discussion to create further messages. So here we go. Before I get started, I am going to make it a point to light some charcoal. And we are going to make sure that this space is cleansed, purified, and blessed before we get started. So here we go. We're going to light the charcoal first. And we're going to drop in a little bit of sage, tobacco, frankincense combo. So that it can dutifully, oh, look at all the sparkles coming from the charcoal being lit. So yes, the tobacco is an offering and a way of saying thank you to our Creator and our many guides as they offer us little teachable moments and other messages, insights, and synchronicities. 222 on the timer. We're going to go ahead and now add some tobacco and sage mixture, as well as a little bit of frankincense. We're going to add the frankincense first so that it has an opportunity to really get sizzling. And there it goes. It's already getting bubbly. That part I can't show you. But nevertheless, just trust that an offering is being made to give thanks and to also bring in protection and blessings along the way during this discussion. All right, yes, beloveds, we receive signs and synchronicities in many ways through other people, animals, nature, and directly from Creator. These messages often come as whispers of guidance, confirmations, or nudges along our path. So let's touch a bit more on how we can receive guidance, assistance, and other messages through other people. Sometimes a stranger says exactly what we need to hear, or a friend unknowingly provides the perfect advice at the right moment. This isn't mere coincidence. It's the universe aligning to bring clarity. Even overhearing a conversation or seeing a repeated phrase pop up in different places can be a sign. Also, we can receive messages through animals and nature, which is why we have this deck here before us, because this offers insights from nature. To follow, we will be bringing in some messages from the Wild Unknown Spirit Animal deck, but we're going to begin with the Seed and Sickle, which is where animals and even plants often act as messengers. A bird may cross our path in a significant way. An insect may appear repeatedly, or a certain animal may behave unusually around us. These encounters, beloveds, can symbolize deeper spiritual meanings, nudging us to pay attention. Likewise, even shifts in the weather, sudden gusts of wind, or a tree rustling at just the right moment can carry divine messages. But of course, there is this indisputable connection that each and every one of us have directly with the Creator. Even non-believers have an unconscious connection with the Creator, and therefore can even at times receive messages directly from Creator. But that is not how they would interpret it. Nevertheless, at times, we do receive signs directly through intuition, dreams, or even a spontaneous knowing without knowing how we know. A deep feeling in our heart, a moment of absolute clarity, or a vision can be a direct communion with the divine. The Creator's messages often arrive in a language beyond words, through feelings, light, or an overwhelming sense of love and presence. The key to recognizing these synchronicities is awareness. The more that we trust, the more we see. And the more we see, the deeper our connection with the divine becomes. On that note, let's get right into the Seed and Sickle for more signs and synchronicities, insights, and teachable moments from the plant kingdom. Here we go. One more shuffle on camera for good measure. And we are going to do a split at this time, right about here. And the message we have to begin with is the cornflower and number 11. Beautiful. The cornflower. And because we have a master number present, we are going to ring the bell. I advise that you take one full, deep, conscious breath. And on a count to 3, we're going to ring the bell. 1, 2, 3. Number 11 and cornflower. It reminds us that it is not a bad thing to be unique and stand out. What may seem out of place to some may be a source of great and unexpected beauty to others. The cornflower is remarkable for its beautiful blue petals, which create striking clusters of color against the green and yellow of agricultural fields. So perfectly bright are they, it is said, parts of the sky once tumbled to the ground, forming these beautiful patches of blue in the grass. The insight that the cornflower brings. A situation or idea may seem unimportant, but even weeds can be treasure in disguise. Don't dismiss them. Take the time to find their true value. Beautiful. And from the bottom of the deck, we have the clover. And number 19. The clover. The appearance of clover in late spring is sudden and enthusiastic, filling a field in which can seem like the blink of an eye. A core food source for herbivores and pollinators alike, it is a plant of provision and giving. Creativity and abundance are all around us, endless and filled with the occasional lucky break of the four-leaf variety. It's easy to get carried away with this exciting bounty of energy, but don't rush into it. Use your judgment to know where to stop. 1, 2, 2, 1 on the timer. Okay, that ushers in our first angel number for the day. 1, 2, 2, 1. This one seems to have been showing itself quite a bit lately, which means this energy is still in our orbits, beloveds. An energy that signifies positivity, balance, and harmony, encouraging us to maintain positive outlooks, trusting our intuitions, and embracing new beginnings along the way. As guidance towards achieving our life's purpose and spiritual growth, it also signifies spiritual awakening, inspiration, and enlightenment. Big love and romance, loyalty and faithfulness. I just heard agape, omni, love. It's a tough task, beloveds, but someone has to do it. These synchronicities can even show up to us, beloveds, by way of clocks, billboards, tickets, and many other situations. The number 1, representing qualities such as positive energy, optimism, originality, and motivation. And might I remind the masses that technically there's no such thing as originality anymore. There isn't anything, not even a single idea, beloveds, let's not get it twisted, that hasn't already been thought out and considered and even put into some form of manifestation. So be careful on your journey and watch your step when it comes to judging others in terms of their authenticity and originality, because even you are not that important, special, nor unique. Again, this isn't our first rodeo for any of us. Every single one of us are merely making another lap around the fishbowl, beloveds, and reliving, reprojecting originality that can only originate from the OG creator, which makes every single one of us, including our belief systems, what motivates us, our whys, everything has already been a God spark somewhere within multiple universes. Yes, I said that. Multiple universes, multiple parallels, multiple realms, multiple dimensions. The number 2 also fosters qualities of diplomacy, balance, partnership, and harmony in life. So what if it's something that has already been done before, beloveds? We have specific missions to know ourselves and to be our own best friend, but also we are walking each other home back to unity consciousness. And there isn't any room for competition, comparison, or any other form of politics. We'll just call it a mothership. But all of that carries weight and keeps us anchored in a repetitive cycle of bullshit. What we're being guided to do instead is recognize when the number 2 fosters a deep sense of faith in a higher power that will give us the guidance we need to serve our purpose in life. And here we have yet again another master number in the center of 1221. So here we go. We went from 11 to 22. Let's ring the bell. And 1, 2, 3. Number 22, and I have a close and familiar connection, as it is known as the Master Builder number, which also resonates strongly with practicality and a down-to-earth personality. Therefore, the angel number 1221 has the energies and vibrations of both numbers 1 and 2 alongside the master number 22. And through this combination of numbers, we're being informed that our guides want us to know we can start again and strive to get ahead, signifying inspiration and initiative. Our guides are telling us that we can go ahead and pursue our passions, and with their help, we will be successful at them. We just needed the right kind of inspiration and motivation to start us off. There will be some challenges along the way, but it's quite common to experience these in any life journey to greatness. Hard work will pay off as we are diligently doing our part in making our dreams a reality with full support. Offering a sense of courage in making big decisions in life and seeing it as no coincidence. Our guides and loved ones keep us safe. So we should not be full of doubt, but instead have faith and trust in their good intentions. Facing these challenges will pay off in the end. Remain positive in all situations and have faith. Yes. We're being guided to think more about our spiritual energy and continue to improve. Focusing on how to be calm in life and aim to find a balance in every aspect of it. The clover. Creativity and abundance are all around us, endless and filled with the occasional lucky break of the 4-leaf variety. Beautiful. A 4-leaf clover is a rare thing to find, with only one growing for every 10,000 standard clovers. A 4-leaf clover was believed to protect against misfortune and bestow the power to see fairies. Even today, everyone knows them to be a sign of good fortune to come. Drawing this card does not require any action, thinking, or change from you. It's simply a sign that something fortuitous, however small, is due to come our way soon. Have faith that there is still some kindness in this world. I just looked at the timer and saw 2 master numbers this time, 22 and 33, right next to each other. So we went 1, 1, 2, 2, and now 3, 3. And we're, yes, of course, you know the drill. We're going to ring the bell again. 3 times in less than 23 minutes. 1, 2, 3. Wow, how fortunate are we at this time? Fortuitous, even according to the clover. All right, let's go back into this deck for a bit more insight. And we're going to keep this session a bit shorter than usual. So we're going to go one more card from this deck, and then we're going to move along to our creature teachers in the wild unknown spirit animal deck, animal spirit, however it is stated. Okay, one more shuffle. Here we go. All right, and a split. Let's do it. We have the Magnolia and the number 8, speaking on abundance and fortuitousness, that here we have the very representation of it right before us, with the number 8 representing a continuity of abundance. Beautiful. When magnolias bloom, the flower comes out long before the leaves do. This miraculous flowering gives them an advantage over other plants, which are still busy putting out their first leaves, but it's only possible as a result of careful preparation. The season before that allows them to beat the trend. If you want to be one step ahead of others, it may not be possible immediately, but now is a good time to prepare for the next season and make sure that you have everything you need to be the first to blossom. Although it seems a little counterintuitive to the message from the clover, I do believe that in some ways we can still remain active, taking conscious, expressive action without going overboard and without putting too much pressure and weight on ourselves in the process. Fossils of magnolia trees have been found to date back as far as 100 million years ago, practically unchanged from how they are today. They even predate bees, evolving alongside pollinating beetles. The gentle dignity of these trees displays a stability and grace throughout the ever-shifting ages, something we can all afford to learn from. Even if it feels as though the world about you is constantly changing, draw on the magnolia's quiet endurance and persevere. See, that's what I mean, the quiet endurance without putting yourself out there too exuberantly, but still partaking in that quiet endurance. It's like striving without announcing it, so to speak. Striving without announcing it. And with that message, I'm getting another intuitive drop. Something along the lines of confidentiality and sub rosa, like keeping some of our goals and plans and intentions under the rose, keeping it quiet, keeping it a secret, which is not the same as being deceptive or omitting information instead of revealing a truth. We're also being guarded from if we're a very emotional person, be careful about falling too easily. Whether it's falling for another person's narrative or falling in love even. And when we're in love, we give wholeheartedly. And there may be some changes that need to be made. In order to move forward, especially if you're not getting the joy you deserve from the people you surround yourself with. We can actually transform our lives if we open ourselves up to the energy and learn to pay attention. Communicate with our guides. And upon asking, we will be met with messages of encouragement, especially in starting new ventures, focusing on it until we get our desired results. Initiatives, innovations, and great success resulting from relentlessly following our dreams. Magnolia. I'm going to go into the Dusk guidebook to see what other insights there are. And I'm not really seeing anything else that necessarily needs to be shared at this time. So now we're going to go into the next deck to bring in some creature teachers for some more insights and teachable moments. All right, here we go. First, I need to put this other deck back in the box. To make sure that I have adequate space. And here we go into the wild unknown, animal spirit. For a bit more insight on and pertaining to this energy check-in. I'm hearing 3 shuffles. And a split. Ooh, and the first to come out is the dragon. This is a spirit card, beloveds. Okay. Creatures of the ether. The creatures of the spirit element do not live on earth as we know it. They are inhabitants of a dimension beyond the cosmic ether. These 7 trump cards represent significant challenges or awakenings on the subtle level, the level of the inner spirit or soul. Like guardians from another realm, they are watchful and protective when we are at a crossroads in our lives. Several spirit cards indicate the force of life is moving us in new directions. Trust is key with the spirit cards as life shifts in big ways. Questions might seem unanswerable, the future unknown, but you're in the perfect place. Even if you have the perception that you're in control, you're not. Grace surrounds the situation and steers the wheel. Beautiful. At some point along your journey with the animal spirit cards, there's hope we will put the guidebook down and forget all the esoteric animal interpretations we may have read online or been told by someone in the past. Remember for a moment that these creatures exist in the wild. They surround us. Other than the spirit cards, which belong to the unseeable and subtle realm, these creatures are out there as we speak, being fully and completely themselves. Studying them through a biological lens will deepen our relationship. Researching their behavior, their habitats, looking at their shape, what they eat, how they communicate, how do we live, fast or slow, with others or in solitude? What are their tendencies to fight, flee, or make friends? Take some time with these questions and observe the animal for what it is. And set all your previous assumptions aside and watch a video of a cheetah chasing its prey. Watch a moth dancing around the candlelight. Get in touch with the essence and feeling it conjures up in you. This is perhaps the most advanced and powerful way to use animal spirit cards. All right, let's touch a bit more on the dragon and what message is being bestowed for us at this time from this creature teacher. Seeing one's most true self and balancing the ego. The dragon sees everything. Its essence has been with us since before our first breath and will be there at our last. It watches us navigate the external world as well as our inner world. When dragon energy is awakened, we are courageous, visionary, and can easily drop into witness consciousness. It is almost as if we are traveling with a great friend inside of ourselves. When we look in the mirror, deep into our eyes, we may even glimpse the self behind the self, the one who is watching us. This is the power of the dragon breathing transformative fire into every cell of our bodies. Witnessing this omnipotent energy, even for a brief moment, helps us surrender and let go. We let the dragon guide us. We hop on its back for a ride, and as we traverse even the most difficult terrain, the dragon's eyes see beauty everywhere. Are you hearing this? The dragon's eyes see beauty everywhere. It is said that if a yogi does not see beauty in the world, their Agni is dim. The Agni is described as inner fire or sacred intelligence. May even just the mention of the dragon stir the embers of intelligence within you. The dragon is associated, beloveds, with the third chakra. And the subtle energy of the dragon lives at the navel center in the Manipura. Manipura translates to the city of hidden gems, and behind its gates burns the fire of our transformation and digestion. The sages believe health of the fire at the navel center is what governs our ability to clearly see both the inner and outer dimensions. Which brings us along to our clair senses and the different ways our intuitions actually offer us messages as well. So, our intuition is always trying to get our attention, beloveds. Sending us messages each and every day through various subtle signs and signals, whether we're consciously noticing them or not. As intuitive beings having a human experience, we have the innate ability to perceive wisdom beyond our five senses. However, tuning into these intuitive messages does not require cultivating awareness and understanding their symbolic language. That's where the guides come in. And the next guide to come in at this time is the peacock. Now I'm hearing put yourselves out there more, but also in such a way that still protects your peace. So awareness and peace of mind being top tier, top priorities at this time. From dreams and gut feelings to flashes, synchronicities, and energy shifts, each of our intuitions speak to us through unique yet recognizable channels, beloveds. By raising our consciousness and awareness, we give ourselves the tools to start recognizing and interpreting the insights being shared from within. It's also important, beloveds, to know that intuition does not rely on logic or probability or rationality even. It simply knows. While some messages may seem unclear or a bit too symbolic for you at first, we're being guided to keep an open mind, but also yet a discerning mind. Having faith in our inner wisdom and not doubting these subtle nudges and nigglings. There is hope, especially in exploring various ways that our intuition communicates, but also empowers us to start actively listening from a place of understanding rather than dismissal. Let's see what the peacock has to say in correlation with all of this. When in the upright, we are confident and kind, assimilators of anything, also representing inner beauty and compassion. The beauty of the peacock is unrivaled. It's easy to think it comes from the plumage, but the secret of the peacock is that the beauty resides within and extends outward indefinitely. This adept creature can assimilate or digest all experiences in life, so it does not harbor resentment, conflict, or past pain within its psyche. Interestingly enough, that is the second card in a row mentioning how we digest our experiences. We become what we consume, beloveds. That message was sparked yet again this morning via other avenues. But nevertheless, we can receive subtle clues and updates from other people. Our Creator can very much so, and does so, communicate with us through other, we'll just say, intuitive beings having a human experience. The peacock type is extremely rare. Not many of us have reached this advanced level of acceptance of the self and others. And when it's out of balance, the way to bring it into balance is through meditation on the navel chakra. The solar plexus. which acts as the body's energy powerhouse. And when spinning properly, this chakra allows energy to flow, but it becomes blocked or clogged. We have to find ourselves feeling powerless, stagnant, quick to anger. But here's the thing. Once we become aware of it by trusting our intuitions, we can take that imbalance into consideration. This yellow chakra is linked to fire and the sun. It's directly linked to our sense of self. Sense of purpose, personal identity, individual will, digestion, and metabolism. Disclaimer alert, disclaimer alert. Not a doctor, not a diagnosis, not a prescription, not a prognosis. However, there is physical signs to an imbalance to this chakra, as digestive issues may arise for numerous reasons: improper processing of nutrients, constipation, IBS, eating disorders, ulcers, diabetes, issues with pancreas, liver disease, or disease of the colon. There are also mental indications: difficulty in skillful self-expression, aggressive, overly rigid or controlling behavior, quick to anger, a victimhood mentality, neediness, lack of direction, feeling afraid or lack of courage, poor levels of self-confidence, and feelings of stagnation or inertia. We will let go of things, whether it's our job or bank account balance, that we depend on to define who we are, by bringing this solar plexus chakra into healthy alignment, being more comfortable with our own inherent power and becoming empowered. Having a deeper sense of who we are and why we're here. To thine own self be true, beloveds. Becoming our own best friend. Connecting with our purpose. Gaining deeper understandings of how we as individuals are contributors to the collective and can be so and do so in a beneficial way. We have inherent value, and it's time for us to put this into practice and to investigate it and be less dependent on external sources of happiness. By working through any fear around risk-taking, there are benefits, as we work to align this energy wheel. It allows for the trapped energy to move more freely, creating a higher sense of purpose and allowing us to better understand our personal identity, to find that we can clearly articulate our needs and desires and find relief. Beautiful. All right. I'm feeling led to go in one more time to draw this to a close from the Wild Unknown, Animal Spirit, and one message with a bit of medicine from another deck, which I will reach for in just a moment. In the meantime, let's discuss the spider. The spider that is not even required to leave its throne to be provided for, knowing that it has all it needs and desires right where it is. The spider. Whenever I get to it in the book, I will enlighten you a bit more. It is in balance. So this is saying that we are already aiming towards a state of being appreciative, enthusiastic, and prosperous. So this is also confirmation on the message of abundance and good fortune that came from the seed and sickle. And whenever you start to feel a bit out of balance in terms of the spider, creator of prosperity through life's work, playful activity and playful creativity is recommended. It's an ingenious creator. Its greatest gift is weaving the threads of Dharma into a vast, intricate web that supports the spider. See, I don't really like to get on the topic of karma or Dharma, because in 2025, all that ish is played out. And so are the issues with comparisons and competition and jealousy and envy and fear and anger, gossip, shame, guilt. And all we can do is pray for those who are still stuck on these topics. And if we start to feel ourselves slip, we can remind ourselves yet again that all we need is already available to us, and we are not even required to leave our thrones, so to speak. We're not required to seek extensively outside of ourselves and those connections with our guides and our Creator for the answers. Although every one of us have at some point been in that imbalance of being discouraged and tired and forlorn, impatient even. Its greatest gift, again, is weaving the thread of Dharma into a vast, intricate web that supports the spider and those around it, both financially and spiritually. It is hard work, but the spider neither tires nor becomes impatient. A reminder that creativity is everywhere. Be process-oriented rather than results-oriented, and soon your work becomes like the weaving of a magical, priceless tapestry, and abundance flows. Confirmation on abundance that came from the clover and the magnolia, with that master number as well as the number 8 to follow. 8 representing abundance. Beautiful. But of course, it's in balance. So we are, as indicated, more appreciative, enthusiastic, and prosperous. Now we're going to roll out the final message from the Mystical Shaman Oracle to draw this to a close. So, here we go. Tidying up behind myself and putting things away as we go. Yes. Let's now go into the Mystical Shaman. I'm hearing for a little bit of medicine. A little bit of medicine. Here we go. Whatever comes out, comes out. We have the Eagle. And immediately I'm already thinking of a special someone who has regular encounters with them. But this time I'm not going to mention any names because I do not have their permission. But I hope they know that I'm thinking of them, and I hope that they know they are extremely loved, and obviously we pay attention to them. As we can afford to pay attention to those we love. The Eagle. And the medicine for the Eagle is, it's time to see through the eyes of Eagle. Let your vision of the whole and of its parts become laser-like and set your priorities straight. What did you come to do in this life? Did you come to climb up the ladder of financial or social success? Did you come to become a better person, to heal your heart, and to realize your essential self? What is your divine mission here on earth? No more excuses. Of course, you do not have enough time, enough money, or enough sleep. Yet the time is now to fly to your chosen purpose. If you postpone it, you're betraying yourself. Look through the eyes of the Eagle and consider every obstacle as an opportunity. When you set your intention, where you set your intention is where you'll end up. Free yourself and live your highest destiny. It's time to rise. It's time to fly. And a split, we have the spiral. For a bit more medicine. And this will be the final card for this message. Number 50. The spiral announces a descent to the depths and a rebirth, allowing nothing to get in the way of this process, as the time is right and the forces of nature are supporting us in this endeavor. Using stones, twigs, or yarn, build a spiral on the ground that is large enough to walk through with at least 3 turns. Enter the spiral slowly. Once in the center, offer to the earth the feelings or situations that you no longer want in your life. And as you walk back the way you entered, feel recharged for your new journey. And I'm feeling guided to also read the essence on the spiral. From galaxies in the sky to diminutive shells at the beach, the spiral is found extensively in the natural world. Its shape in the form of a coiled serpent has been used since ancient times as a tool for growth and transformation. The spiral is a guide for entering deep into one's consciousness and the unknown, and then extending far out into the heavens. It is crucial to surrender to this journey until the exhausted paradigm dissolves in the depths of the psyche and its energy is released to give birth to a new reality. To renew ourselves, shed the old, welcome the softness of a new skin. Trust the medicine of the spiral as it guides our journey of renewal. And that is the message for this energy check-in. Thank you so very much for tuning in, beloved multiversal soul. Amelia. And from my heart chakra to yours, the brightest, boldest, bravest, most buoyant and beautiful blessings. So it is, and so it is.